Okay. Namaste. This is Teresa Von Braun, spiritual consultant, Seosis Mystery School. This is Teresa's State of the Universe. This is a little bit more about your inner universe, looking at the universe. Today I want to talk about one's psychic abilities, one's levels of perception, and how they are being affected during this time with all the configurations and the new moon and everything that is happening astrologically with the new energy that's coming onto the planet during this time. We're being affected in so many ways, but I want to focus on my main work in this life is about developing our psychic intuitive abilities. What I really am seeing occurring with myself even and my students is that our psychic abilities are increasing quickly, okay? We all have certain levels and that we have anywhere from, I liken it to music ability, from tone deaf to genius, and we can develop them more and more, and many of us have done that over much time, through meditation and different exercises and different openings that we have been using and doing. But what's happening now is that they are opening more of their own volition to keep up with the faster energy that is occurring now on the planet. And so what I see happening with a lot of my students is those that even have been having fairly open psychic ability, intuitive ability, used to working with it on the level and the way it is, and their way of perceiving. It's changing. It's changing in a certain way that I will talk about. We can know things, we can see things, which is clairvoyance. The knowing is claircognizance. The seeing is clairvoyance. The hearing is auditory or clairaudience, and the feeling is clairsentience, and that's our empathic center. And so often one of these or two of these are much more conscious in us. One might be more subconscious and one might be more unconscious in us. And so what I'm seeing happening is that all of them are increasing, okay, and opening and becoming even more and more potent in terms of what we are able to perceive and pick up. But the unconscious level in each of us is opening at a very rapid rate. And that is going along with the unconscious is needing to come up to the consciousness on this planet, that it is time for everything to stop being buried in the unconscious. There will always be an unconscious. There will always be the mystery. There will always be the unknown. That's how it is in us, in our world, in the universe, in humanity. But the unconscious will become more and more conscious all the time. That is what it is in our growth and in our healing and in our spiritual development. That is what is occurring. So now our unconscious psychic ability is increasing at a much more rapid rate than the rest of your abilities to kind of keep up with this. And so the unconscious part of you is catching up. And that can be quite, disturbing for some people, shocking, exciting. It can be rebalancing, realigning, beginning to experience things, from a different perception than what you usually experience things from first. In myself, I'm much more consciously a knower. I'm much more consciously a seer. I do a lot of phone work, and so I'm very clairaudient in what I pick up, more head-centered, definitely. My unconscious is more my clairsentience, and it's been more unconscious, and it's become more conscious through my whole lifetime, obviously. But now it is opening up at such a rapid rate, it's even quite shocking to me. And so that's happening with different people. Not always your clairsentience. It might be your clairaudience, or it might be your clairvoyance, or it might be your claircognizance, okay, that's happening. But it's important to recognize that and to know that that is okay, that it is, I don't even know if normal is the right word, but it's normal for this time and what's happening. It's how we are catching up with ourselves, okay? It is how we are aligning with the information, the knowledge, the energy that is happening on the planet now that we need to understand better in all dimensions, okay? This year is a year of change on every level, every dimension, every direction. We need all of our abilities to acknowledge that, to see that, to understand that, to work with that, okay? We need things that are happening in a certain way, in a certain dimension, in a certain level of expression, and we need to be able to pick that up in however it is being expressed. We can pick it up from any level of perception that we have. We always have been able to do that. But we need to really understand it on the level that it is coming from. And as our unconscious catches up with our other abilities, or the rest of our abilities begin to align more in right harmony with themselves, which is ideally what we've been working on for a long time to develop that. But as those really come into alignment, we will get the full picture. We will get the full understanding. We will get the full expression. There will be no more uncertainty in the same way, no more mystery in a way that we can't figure it out, no more confusion in a way that we are working against ourselves, that we are not getting something, or we're getting something different from different aspects of ourselves, or different ways that we are perceiving something. So that harmony and alignment will be more in us, and we will pick up what is happening out in the world more in this way. And so that is what is occurring. We will receive things more fully, more completely. We receive things more on the level that they are being sent and that they are being expressed. And again, it's not that we haven't been able to do that. Again, this is just such a time of more, and more complete, more full, faster, quicker. It's just like it's a one click. It's like it's not trying to figure out, this is what I'm seeing, this is what I'm feeling, this is what I'm knowing, this is what I'm hearing. How are those going together or not? It's like kaboom, they're together, they're aligned. So your psyche is really trying to do this, okay, with yourself. The universe is trying to align you so that there is not such a hesitancy in the alignment of psychic, spiritual, physical, emotional, mental, all the levels of us, so that all of that is coming through completely, and that we are in alignment with it. And the questioning in a way of self-doubt, will cease much, much more than it has been for many people, even those that have been trusting their intuition for a long time. There's often still a level of self-doubt if you're getting something different, or something is coming in that's very different than your usual belief system, or how you've perceived, reality before now, okay? So it's not that the truth is changing necessarily. How it is coming in is changing. How it is aligned is changing. How it is connected is changing. How you are receiving it is changing. All of that is changing. And so it is important to allow yourself to go with these changes, to allow yourself to move with how you are being shifted. Don't hold on to old identities of how you've always done things or how you've always perceived things, because that will be changing for you right now. It's trusting yourself to know that you can uphold and understand and be with the changes that is happening to you and to your psyche. And this is very, very, very important. That you let this happen, because otherwise you're going to be working against yourself. Otherwise you're going to be working against the universe. Otherwise you're going to be working against your guides. You're working against the divine. You're working against the energy that is so trying to come through at such a rapid, intense rate at this particular period of time. So the intuition is the way to align with that, okay? The intellect can catch up as it will. Okay, but the intuition is the way to align with that. And that is what is opening. It's opening on every level, but certainly your most unconscious way of perceiving is opening quickly. So don't let that throw you. If you have any questions, you can connect with me. Namaste.